In Arizona, millions of Americans follow the trial on television. Joining us now from Phoenix, attorney Monica Lindstrom is covering the story for us. Number one, that reaction, almost no reaction. She's like a zombie. Didn't break down and cry.
Right.
Didn't, how did you read it?
You know, Bill, I was shocked. I thought for sure when they actually said guilty that she would at least exhale or scream or cry or something, and nothing. She was just very stoic. She did have a couple tears and she got a little red in the face, but it was nowhere near what I thought we would see.
What was the tipping point, in your opinion, Monica, about the first-degree murder guilty charge? Why did the jury, they could have gone lesser, we discussed that, but they gave her the full Monty, and now she may be executed.
Yes. You know what, Bill? When they were deliberating, we were thinking, oh my goodness, they must be thinking about second degree or manslaughter. I mean, after all, why would they take so long to come back with this verdict? But when I heard the verdict read, I don't think there was a tipping point about premeditated. I believe that they always thought premeditated. I think maybe the confusion or the disagreement might have come when they were trying to determine felony murder, because when it was read, there was a split regarding felony murder. Now, in reality, it doesn't matter because all 12 found first degree by premeditation, but not all of them found first degree by felony murder.
You're going to have to explain that to me, because I don't understand. I'm sure some of the folks don't either. Felony murder, what is that?
No problem. What it is the state charged first-degree murder by two ways, either premeditation or felony murder. We know what premeditation is. Felony murder means that he was killed during her committing a felony. So when she stole that gun from him, if she did, or when she was stabbing him, she was committing a felony. And because he died during that felony, she can be charged with felony murder.
All right.
So
but
when the state charged it was two ways.
That doesn't matter. The premeditated murder puts her on death row.
That's right.
Now, there aren't any extenuating circumstances at all, so it's up to the judge now, or does the jury have a say in whether she's executed?
Bill, it's the jury. They now come back tomorrow at 1 p.m. to start the aggravation phase. What it is the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that mental or physical cruelty when she killed him. If they find that beyond a reasonable doubt, they can then impose the death penalty.
I don't understand again. Obviously, if she stabbed him 45 times and shot him and then did whatever else you do, that sounds pretty cruel to me, Monica.
Oh, absolutely. But in Arizona, in order to get the death penalty, there has to be just more than the killing. There's got to be some cruelty involved. And the prosecution said that when she was stabbing him, she caused him so much physical pain, and he saw her doing this to him, that raises it, that aggravates it, and puts it at a level that Arizona will allow the death penalty.
All right, now let's backtrack a little bit. How did a man get in a position where a woman who's not as strong as he is was able to stab him while he stood by and watched?
Well, during the trial, the state said essentially that she must have come up and stabbed him somehow right close to the heart, which was the first fatal wound. So as he's suffering from that stab wound, he kind of stumbles over to the sink and he's standing there bleeding. That's when she starts stabbing him in the back, and he can see her in the mirror. He stumbles away, goes down the hall, and as he's falling, she comes up behind him and slits his throat, and that's when he dies. So the fact that he was in the shower naked puts him in a very vulnerable position, and once she got that first stab in, he was vulnerable for the rest of the time until she finally just killed him.
If the jury would listen to you or believes that the description you just gave us is accurate, they have to give her the death penalty, do they not?
Pretty much. I mean, it's right there. But even if they find those aggravating factors and they find that it was cruel, physical and mentally cruel to him, they don't have to say death penalty. They can say no death. And if they say no death and they find those aggravating factors, the judge will give her natural life with no parole.
And what is your prediction?
I don't think they're they're going to give her death. I think they have every reason to if they decide. But to put a woman to death, I think is very difficult for people to do, although we have conservative juries here in Maricopa County. But my gut tells me it'll be life.
All right, Monica, thanks as always. We appreciate it. Plenty more.